show is sponsored by HiveMind CRM. It is more than just a CRM. It is a real estate and business mastermind that comes with an all-in-one CRM. You can have unlimited websites and users. You can call, text, RVM, and email all in one user interface. And you can set up custom automations for any type and multiple businesses. 65% of companies start using a CRM system within the first 5 years of business. Once implemented, the HiveMind will save you on marketing, give you more time, and make more money. One of our users had his first $100,000 month using our system in June. We want to see you automate and accelerate your business. Text us at 210-972-1842 for future meetings, and of course to get our $1 course on how to make more than 6 figures on one land deal. You can schedule your free demo today at hivemindcrm.io.
I know a couple of people came on this call tonight to hear about the bigger land deal that we did just recently, or that we're currently in process of doing. So I just wanted to go over a couple of details of that real quick. I won't get too far into it. And if anybody has any specific questions, I'll be happy to answer them. But we just wanted to share. It's one of the deals that we did recently. And this is pretty cool because this speaks to the fact that you don't have to have a lot of experience to do something amazing in real estate. So I made a YouTube video. And on the YouTube video, I'm just like, hey, check out the HiveMind, all this stuff. There's probably about, 15 videos on my channel or something. And somebody reached out to me. She said, hey, text me. She's like, I saw your YouTube channel. I want to know, like, do you have mentorships? Do you have anything that's paid or whatever? I'm like, no, not really. I said, but if you join my mastermind, check that out. So she's 24 years old. She has never bought real estate before ever in her life. And she joined the group. And I took her driving for dollars twice, south area of San Antonio, just to go check it out, look at some different kinds of properties. I showed her what to look for, how to identify things, how to skip trace them, make phone calls, that kind of stuff. And she calls me. She's not even in for 30 days. I want to say she was like 25 days in or 26 days in. She calls me. She says, hey, I have a lead. This guy has 107 acres and, he wants to try to make a deal. He wants to talk to us. So we called the gentleman on the phone. He was looking for $1,079,000, which is $10,000 an acre for this property. And so what we did is we negotiated a 90-day close, 25% down, and we have 2 years to pay it off. And for a monthly payment, all we have to pay is $2,500 a month. I don't know if anybody knows anything about that, but on a $1.1 million loan, your payment should be upwards of like $10,000. So we went ahead and locked it up. We immediately go to work on trying to sell the property, the whole thing as is, or we were going to break it down into acreage. So we got as low as 1.4 million, which would have been a $300,000 spread. And we weren't able to sell it successfully, whole. So we hired a team of engineers with the help of Alma Flores, and they cut up the 107 acres just on paper. They drew out what the 10.01 acre tracts would look like. And the reason that it's 10.01 acres is because in the state of Texas, if you go below 10.01 acres, then the state is going to require you to put in roads, curbs, start doing all the massive development, which doesn't make sense anymore. Now you're upwards of 75,000 to 100,000 an acre for that type of development. So we went with 10.01 acre tracts. All we have is a concept on paper. I don't even have the page. It hasn't been surveyed off yet. It's just a picture on my phone. And we started marketing the tracts that way. And we sold the first parcel on Monday. And as of today, I got a verbal commitment on 3 more tracts, 10.01. One of the neighbors, we sent out neighbor letters. One of the neighbors is going to buy 3 of the 10.01 acre tracts. And we're roughly marketing it at about 17,500 per acre. So if you do the math on that, right now, we're probably about 65% of the way sold. I want to say there's only 4 tracts left. And this all happened this week so far, all these tracts that are going under contract now. But if things continue the way that they are now, 7,500 roughly profit per tract, and there's probably be a little bit taken out for surveys or closing or realtors or whatever, holding costs or taxes, but I'm going to say 7,500 times 107 acres. Total profit on this deal is going to be 802,500, give or take a couple pennies. And Alma and Elizabeth, the one who actually brought the deal, we're doing a 3-way JV. So total profit per person is about $267,500. This is somebody who's brand new, who knew absolutely nothing about real estate, who's never bought real estate before. She works in a call center right now doing collections. So she's not, working some kind of high level finance job or anything, but anybody who comes into real estate, who goes to work, who follows the methods that we use, who identifies the types of properties that we use, it's the easiest thing in the world, because all you have to do is just get the seller on the phone, and then you let the hive mind take over for you, and then we'll do the rest. We're selling it for her. We're cutting it up. We hired the engineers. We're doing all the legwork. Absolutely everything's happening. And all she did was she got on Landglide. It's an app called Landglide. It's $9.99 a month. It's on your cell phone. It looks like Google Earth, but when you get close enough to the parcels, it has a red outline of the property. It shows you what the parcel ID is and the address. And then you just scroll up, swipe up, and it shows you who the owner of the property is. You can click on it. It takes you to the county. You get the county link. So Landglide, if anybody wants to write that down, Landglide, $10 a month. She got on there. She went to the area of town that we were driving for dollars in. So she physically did this on her couch. She didn't even get in her car. She identified a vacant piece of land right off of the highway, and then use an app. The app is called TruePeopleSearch.com. She grabbed the person's phone number off of that app for free, and she just called him and said, "Hey, would you sell this piece of property?" And said, "What do you got in mind?" And that's it. And then she got me on the phone, and we did the rest. So being in a group, like the Hive Mind, being around people that are actively doing deals, that know what they're doing, that are experienced, that will go to work for you on your behalf. I think she said she makes, on this deal right here, she's going to make like 5 years worth of income plus. So I think it's a pretty cool position to be in. It's a good group to be around. I encourage everybody to continue to do as many deals as you can, no matter what size they are. But I'm going to push you, to at least focus 10 to 20% of your efforts on finding these larger land tracts. And as you can see, it could be very rewarding, where if we can make $800,000 on one piece of land, we haven't even had it under contract for 90 days. I think it's going to take an additional maybe 60 days before we close it out. But 800,000 profit in less than 5 months from somebody that has never been in real estate before, who absolutely knows nothing about real estate. I think that's pretty commendable. I think it's cool and it's fun to talk about. So I would encourage anybody on this call, if you're not in the Hive Mind already, I think you should join it. I think it's worth $99 a month. It could change your life.
Congrats, guys. That's a great deal.
Thank you, brother.
What's funny is you talk about it like it was not hard at all, and it was very easy for you because of the way that you communicate. And if you guys don't know who Anthony is and you've never jumped on a call with him, and you have something like you have a deal that you feel like maybe is real complicated, Anthony will jump on the call for you and knock it out and make everything seem, well, he is making everything so simplistic. He's awesome on the phone. He has a way of moving people to do things the way that we need them to get it done. He makes things understandable both for you and the sellers. So I highly encourage you, if you have a deal that you feel like that you can't get done on your own, shoot Anthony a message and try to schedule some time for him to get on a call with you, because he'll absolutely make sure that deal happens for you.
Thank you, Sharonda. Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. I've been telling people this. I don't know how long I can keep up with it for. I think there's roughly about 100 people in Hive, but I'm offering to every single person that joins, find a seller who wants to talk about selling, that's actually motivated, right? Not somebody who's just going to cuss me out in the first 5 minutes. Find a seller who wants to sell, get me on the phone, and I'll negotiate it. I'll negotiate a creative strategy for us. I've negotiated deals where the seller deeds me the property 100% free and clear for $0 out of pocket, $0. Just gave me the property and said, pay me when it sells. I've had somebody deed me over a $330,000 property for $10,000 down, 0 payments, 0 interest until sold. I'm locking up 37 acres here in San Antonio. We're going to pay just the yearly taxes. So we're going to put $6,000 down, and I have 3 years to close on that thing. And just the front 10-acre tract that's off the main road, I think we can make about $700,000 on that one. And I'm going to try to keep the rest for myself for personal use. So we've know how to negotiate cool deals. We do a lot of creative stuff. Something to be said about sub two, if you can grab a free house, but if you can grab $1 million, $800,000 worth of land for $0 out of pocket, I think the returns are far exponential, what you can do with a sub two house. So by all means, like I said, look for any kind of deal, especially the smaller ones. I think they're good. They're low hanging fruit. But, hang out with us in the Hive Mind. Let me do a little bit of negotiating on your behalf. And I promise you, I'll make you proud. So like I said, I can get on the calls. I can negotiate. I'm willing to do it 24/7. I don't know for how much longer, once we're saturated and there's a couple hundred members, I'm sure the time will be more limited, but for now, yeah, please let me go to work for you. I'm ready.
The show is sponsored by The List Guys. Do you need more leads in your local or virtual market? 1 in 10 small businesses don't invest in any kind of marketing. The List Guys have over 35 plus list types to choose from, and you can mix and match any list or criteria. We also use the skip trace list and provide up to 7 numbers and email addresses. Every list you purchase will be scrubbed against previous purchases. The List Guys are here to save you time. Contact the List Guys today at www.1listguys.com. That's www.1listguys.com.